Hey guys, this is Bobby Clue with the Somerset-Pulaski County Chamber of Commerce. We're back at it again today with another episode of our Chamber Spotlight series where we're talking to our 2023 Business of the Year Award winners. So today we are out and about and we're talking with our non-profit business winner, the Lake Cumberland Performing Arts. And I have President of their Board of Directors for Lake Cumberland Performing Arts, Cecilia Carroll, with me today. Cecilia, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks
for having me.
Well, thank you very much for taking a little bit of time to talk to us about Lake Cumberland Performing Arts and all the things that you are doing here. So I tell people a lot of times, best kept secret in Pulaski County. And I don't want it to be a secret anymore. I want everybody to know more about what you guys are doing here. You have a ton of great programming that you're doing. You're doing great stuff with children in our community and surrounding communities as well. And, you know, I want to talk about some of those things. So can you tell us just a little bit maybe about the origins or the mission of Lake Cumberland Performing Arts?
Well, it was started in the 60s. Mm-hmm. It was a small organization of just a group of women who brought programming and entertainment. I believe it was to Somerset High School. And I think in the 90s, it moved here to the center. We joined partnership with the center, and we raised the funds to support the programming here.
Right.
So we worked together. We couldn't do it without the center. They are a huge part of
Absolutely.
This, and we are very thankful.
Well, it's a wonderful location. I've never known, you know, LCPA. I always use the acronym, you know, LCPA, but Lake Cumberland Performing Arts. I've never known you all to ever be anywhere else besides the center. And I know that a lot of the programming that you do is hosted here at the center. So I know that you bring a lot of cultural events to our community. What are some of those types of events that you've had come in here in the last few years? Anything of note that you can remember that you were really proud that you brought to Somerset?
Well, I have to say my favorite event would be the Nutcracker Ballet at Christmas.
It was phenomenal.
Yes, it's just special. And we were so excited that we offered it this year as part of school time theater. Mm-hmm. And children were able to see part of the ballet. So that was just so exciting.
One of the probably most memorable events, and you've had a lot that I can think of, is the Nutcracker Ballet. Mm-hmm. It's special to have that level of talent in little old Somerset, Kentucky. I mean, that's a troupe that travels all around the world. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they made a stop here.
Yes.
And what an educational opportunity that is for some of these kids to see things like that. I mean, it's pretty cool. And you talked about your school time theater. So can we touch on that as well a little bit? I know that that's something that, you know, I see buses here from all over surrounding communities, not just here in Pulaski, obviously Pulaski, but yes, everywhere else. Can you tell us a little bit about your school time theater program?
Yes, so we host about 5 shows a season for school time theater. We do try to pick programming that is applicable to not only small children, kindergarten, but all the way through high school with those shows. We do, like you said, see children from all around, mm-hmm, not just Pulaski County. I remember last season we had some kids from Richmond that came down. So all the way even into Eastern Kentucky, Clay County, London, even all the way to Russell Springs, Monticello.
How do they get selected? Do they have to apply to come to the school time theater? How do they find out about you all?
So we just run a Facebook page that promotes our season, and I think teachers see a lot of it there. But we also do reach out, mm-hmm, with flyers to the schools in the beginning of the year so that they can plan their field trips.
Right.
And we do also provide grant information for bus money just to make it a little more affordable.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, a lot of the things that you're bringing to our community, these opportunities, they are unique to us kind of as a hub for this area. I'm sure that, you know, everybody doesn't have a performing arts center and everybody certainly doesn't have, something like you all are bringing to the community. So the fact that you're bringing this here and you're paying for these events to have them and host them. I know that you do a couple of big fundraisers every year, and we're sitting here in front of the Cornelia Dozier Cooper Theater, which is, Cornelia is one of the best people ever,
Yes.
just a super special lady.
A founding member.
And, a rock, just a bedrock of the arts community here.
Absolutely.
This was renamed after her a couple of years ago now,
Last
I'm thinking.
year.
Was it last year?
Yes.
Pretty special stuff right there. Tell us about the significance of Cornelia and, her role with LCPA.
So Lake Cumberland Performing Arts and Cornelia Dozier Cooper Endowment Fund are actually two separate businesses. Lake Cumberland Performing Arts, we do raise money to support the programming here at the center, but the endowment started by Mrs. Cooper is just a separate business that ensures that we are always funded, though, to
So
keep
if
us
there's
alive.
a little bit of money that you need to help with something, they can kind of backstop that.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Well,
Just our security blanket.
absolutely. Well, we have a couple of Cornelia's pictures actually in the chamber office, and just a big fan. She got our Lifetime Achievement Award, and she's just a special person. Could we go in here? Would you like? Maybe we could show everybody the theater.
Yes.
So
it's a special place.
It is a special place, and it's had some upgrades and facelifts over the years. But it's I think it's a unique place for this community, just from the standpoint that when you come in here, you've got, I don't know, I'm going to say roughly 700 seats in here, give
Yes.
or take, and it's big enough to accommodate a lot of the things that you would think you could bring into this community, but at the same time, it feels cozy and it feels intimate, and I've been to a lot of productions in here, and some with the LCPA as well, and it's wonderful. But this is if you've never seen the theater, this is a very unique place, and this is where you hold a lot of all your school time programs anywhere.
Correct.
Right here, aren't they?
And we have, when we do have school time programs, we have two performances, one at 10 a.m. and one at 12 a.m.
Okay.
And it's very common to be sold out for both performances. And there is nothing better than seeing
Just full.
rows of children clapping, screaming, having the best time.
I remember specifically when you won your Business of the Year award, that was something specific that you all wanted to talk about and you wanted to recognize, is just the joy that is to see this place full of children and have them be excited about this programming.
And it starts from the second that they get off the bus and walk through those doors.
Sure.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be doing my job if we didn't talk about a couple of your big events that you do every year. And I think these are things that a lot of people are starting to get to know over the years. You host a couple big fundraisers. One is the Derby Eve Ball. One is the Nutcracker Ball, which is probably, that'll be your next one. That's coming up in December, isn't it?
So Nutcracker Ball is actually the endowment. It is an event hosted by the endowment.
Okay.
However, it does in turn support us.
Right. Okay.
But now Mrs. Cooper also donates $1,000 grants to local artists every year.
Right.
And the Nutcracker Ball helps support those.
Is Derby Eve one of
Derby
your alls?
Eve is Lake Cumberland Performing
That's you
Arts.
all
Correct.
exclusively.
Correct.
So those are big fundraising mechanisms, and when people ask, oh my goodness, where's all this money going? It's going to pay for these. When you are hiring a troupe to come in here, and what are some of the things that they might see for the children's, the Storytime Theater? What are some of the types of things that you might book for these kids to see?
Well, we do try to focus on educational events. We do try to make it applicable to maybe lessons they're having in school. And in turn, we do usually supply material to the teachers that will be available to go back to the classroom and talk about what they saw, or maybe the moral or the lesson.
Right. And your board You guys work all those events, don't you? I mean, you kind of work as ushers
We do.
and volunteers just to kind of, and it's a volunteer board, obviously, but just to come over and you guys are the ones that are making sure this is running smoothly.
Well, I do have to give credit to the center.
Oh, for sure.
They do a lot of the day-to-day work here in the theater. So we couldn't do it without them, but we happily, seat the kids and, pick the season and, give input on advertising and just try to get the word out.
Well, Cecilia, you are a consummate professional and you're a wonderful president for this organization. You're doing a great job. And I would like to just once again congratulate you on being our nonprofit business of the year for 2023. We're closing out the year now. We're going to be going in and selecting new winners for 2024 soon. But we always want to take time to highlight and pay thanks to wonderful businesses and organizations in our community that are doing tremendous work. And I believe that Lake Cumberland Performing Arts fits that bill. I want to thank you all. How can people find out more about LCPA if they want to? Do you have a Facebook page, a website? How do people find you all?
We do. We do have a Facebook page. I would get on there. You're welcome to message us.
What is it Lake Cumberland Performing Arts?
Lake Cumberland Performing Arts. You will find, current season information, any type of fundraising event that we're having. You're welcome to message us there. You're welcome to call here to the center.
Sure.
You're welcome to reach out to me. I'm always available.
Have you already posted your events for 2025? Are you working on that right now?
So our season runs, we have seasons 2024 and 2025 currently. So
Okay.
they will run into the spring. So yes, we do have season or plays booked in the spring.
Okay.
And then we will post our new season in the fall of next year.
Gotcha. So you kind of just finished up. You finished things up in the fall, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is the good stuff about my job. When we get to help out and we get to educate and we get to highlight great nonprofit organizations in our community. Cecilia and her team are doing a wonderful job. Obviously, the center, hands down,
Yes.
are doing a great job as well. I want to thank you all. Stay tuned. We have 2 or 3 more chamber spotlights left to close out the year. I hope you're enjoying these. Until the next one, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you all.
Thank you.